Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I will be your friendly shop steward today, because today we are carrying on with our ongoing campaign playing Paizo Publishing's excellent Pathfinder 2nd Edition Fantasy RPG, and we are playing in our own custom setting of the Spires of Paridar. This is a Coalpunk, occult conspiracy, class disparity, kind of Victorian infused dark fantasy setting. And with me today are the stars of the Spires of Paridar campaign. This is going to be part 4 of our Fire and Brimstone mystery. If you are new to these, that we organize our adventures by certain mysteries. I would be lying to say that this campaign was not inspired by the amount of murder she wrote I watched when I was visiting my folks shortly before we started this campaign. But allow me to introduce everyone who's playing, and you guys can tell us who you are and who you're playing today. First up, we've got James.
I'm James, and I'm playing Sally Dumaire, or the Belle of the Bullseye, as of last session.
Nice. And next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Basil Rathbone, an Izoki detective, and yeah, we'll see what happens.
Nice. And last but certainly not least is Darren.
Yeah, Darren, I'm playing Dr. Adam Ersprung, who's an inventor, but he's basically a doctor, with his trusty psychic Igor.
Very nice. So, guys, I was corrected by the channel. It's part 5 of this mystery. What happened last time, guys?
In the end, we got attacked. Let's keep the relevant thing.
Get to the point.
I was going to
Some
say
thugs came to light a bonfire in our house.
Yeah, we started off with Golag talking to his dad, with one of the Ministry of Internal Security, Price Forburn.
Yeah.
So they were discussing us basically helping them by getting rid of this Brother Loeb, who was the hand they described him as, I believe, and they're going to deal with the mind, or the head. So yeah, there was quite a bit of discussion about that, and if we agreed to help them out, they were going to help us with the ongoing mystery of the Black Wall ship and the missing crew. And then we went to recover, or Basil went to recover the Clockwork Spy. So I decided, rightly or wrongly, to call out Brother Loeb and have a little chat with him and about 50 of his fucks outside of his mission. That turned a bit ugly, but we managed to get the Clockwork Spy back, learnt a little bit from that. And then, as the guy said, Brother Loeb, we assume, sent 10 bugs to come and have a little chat with us and try and burn down our headquarters. But we put quite a quick end to that, if I remember rightly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anything else to add, guys?
Yeah, I think Golag has burned his fingers, maybe. That's a very important thing.
Okay. Then, I think we will pick up with the immediate aftermath of I believe the thugs have fled, leaving some dead attackers in the street. And I believe all the fires have been put out. We did have a very Frankenstein-esque moment with Dr. Ersprung intimidating everyone, I believe, while backlit by a burning room. So that has sufficiently deterred any further attacks. So what do you guys intend on doing next?
Yeah, we wanted to storm the castle, as they say.
I think the first thing we should probably do is clear the bodies from the street. Because that could be quite incriminating. So, yeah, I'm gonna...
That's a doctor for you, always very tidy.
Yeah, I'm gonna get Igor and we're gonna drag them.
Okay.
drag them around the back or whatever.
Okay.
Get them out of the
Isn't
street.
it even more suspicious if we are in possession of dead bodies? I mean, just asking.
Well, there was a lot of shooting come out of our place, so I'm sure people have been.
Yeah, and someone tried to set our house on fire. So maybe we should just call the constables and say, well, come on, there was an attack on our house. I mean, we could, not that we should, but we could.
Yeah, we could definitely do that. I mean, what is the law on that sort of thing? How much are we allowed to defend our property?
Oh yeah, I mean this is. I think that this is a much looser. There are with the proliferation of firearms in this setting, there really isn't a huge amount of restriction on that. And I think you are entitled to reply with lethal force when lethal force is being exerted on you. And burning down your house, most certainly. I suppose, see, this is the trouble when you ask a lawyer DM. I suppose the argument might be that you are defending property, not life. And using lethal force to defend property probably might get you in trouble. So, there may be... you guys know a good barrister, don't you?
Well, I'm thinking Paradar's clearly a capitalist running dog paradise, so property trumps human life in Paradar.
I think the neighborhood where the property damage occurs likely has a significant impact on the outcome of it. You guys defending yourself about a bunch of folks who don't live in this, let alone this neighborhood, but not even this economic strata. Very likely, the authorities are likely to side with you. I suppose it depends on which person responds. Is it Constable Carruthers, or is it that other guy?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think Adam has just convinced me that we should just let the bodies vanish. I mean, okay.
Okay.
So it's just I've already been accused of murder, so if the wrong person shows up, it could get messy.
So what, without getting into too much detail or dwelling on it too much, what do you intend on doing with the bodies?
Have
I'm
we got
really
some
trying
sort
not to
of
think of
backyard?
the video on water cremation that I saw recently.
Well, we could always, having watched Breaking Bad, we could always try a bathtub and some acid. That worked well.
Oh, come on. No, I think this is something that I think Golak would love to do. I mean, he would just he has a knack for this kind of thing.
Well, his father, he could call in, ask for a bit of family help. I'm sure his father is well experienced in.
I mean, it doesn't exist, but if it existed, the Whisker Network, I imagine, would probably be of assistance.
Yeah, but I think that they would actually use this as a thing against me. So no.
Yeah, if they existed, of course.
Yeah. No. I think couldn't we just? I don't know. There was a street gang who I paid to watch. I mean, couldn't we just pay them to put them on some kind of cart and just drive them to the next street somewhere?
Yeah, you could try that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Nothing's
why don't you
too
give
complicated.
us? Let's see here. Basil, are you the one who has
Yes.
talent that allows you to use something other than diplomacy for gather info?
Yeah, society.
Society. Okay, so why don't you give us a? Oh, sorry. No, tell me, what is the bonus for society?
My bonus is combined 12.
Combined 12. Okay.
Can we try and assist with this?
Yeah, absolutely. Why don't you give it? Let's. I'm going to make it a secret roll, but the assisting rolls, that's fine having that in the open. So why don't you? It's DC 20. How do you thinking you're assisting? Like you don't necessarily need to use the same skill.
Well, I was going to use society because I've got a feeling some of these guys are probably from my sort of neck of the woods before my establishment was burned down. So I'd have thought they're probably from the poorer side of town. They might know me or
Yeah.
Have even visited or know someone that's visited my clinic.
So why don't you give that new bonus mechanic or the bonus pop-up a try? Why don't you give us a diplomacy check at +2? And remember, don't put the plus in. Roll20's brain explodes if you put a plus modifier in. So just a 2.
Ugh.
Okay. You want to hero point that and re-roll?
Yeah, let's get off to a better start.
Okay,
We'll try
let's see here.
Let's
You
go.
rolled a 3 on that, so...
Yeah, he's got quite good, so...
Fucking hell.
This is going to be one of them. Okay.
Okay. All right. What about Ms. Dumer? Do you have any way you wish to assist here?
I will have a go. I'll just.
The doctor's
Says,
reputation is going down. It's going down the pan lately.
I need to be a little bit more subtle about this.
Oh,
Nat 20. Beautiful. So that's +2 to Basil's roll. So let me make that. So it's +14 in total then.
yeah.
Now, Sally, how do you think you're assisting here?
Just try to look. You've just got to be a little bit subtle on these things. You've got to ask around, ask the right people, but don't be too pushy. Don't be too pushy.
Okay. So then, Basil, you spare some, what do you call it? Some dosh, as they say, to get them to dispose of those bodies, and they're gone. If you get Sylvan can be bringing water out and although he stuck around he left with Mrs. What's her name as well, right? Mrs. Sabiner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I suppose it's you guys will be, maybe it's Igor who's transporting water in and out from inside and washing the blood away from where they were shot. Once that has been disposed of and those bodies have been repositioned, what do you guys intend on doing next? Still nighttime. And it's a couple minutes early, but why don't you each take a hero point as well?
So since we are awake, do we want to go there now?
Yeah, I guess none of you guys, the only reason you were postponing was so that Golai could prepare some spells.
Yeah, but he thinks he has burned his fingers. He's just out of order today.
Yeah.
I mean, we finished preparing. I've got my cold weapon stuff done on Igor. It's the demon that potentially is going to be the threat if he's able to summon it. So I think we've prepared for that, haven't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, let's quickly get your bonuses updated here, because we're going to be using that optional rule for non-magic item bonuses. So let me get those quickly updated here. And where is that? So I started doing that before we started today, and then I got distracted by the new options in the character sheet. So let's see here. I'll go bottom to top here. So Ms. Dumer. Okay. So what is going to be happening? You will all be getting, and I don't think there's a way of just granting a flat bonus across. So I'll have to add it individually for each character, unless no, that doesn't do anything. Let's see if there's a way of adding conditions to just add flat modifiers. No such luck.
What do weapon proficiencies do? They don't do such a thing, do they?
The weapon efficiencies, they do what they do is they track what how when you drag and drop things in, it'll automatically calculate whether you're adding your whether you're adding anything other than just your flat ability. Okay. But I can do is, let's see here, does this work? Oops. Okay. So I'm just going to add these modifiers under the temporary category, because I don't think we ever go in and add temporary modifiers for it. So if you want to add +1 to all of your attacks for temporary, and let's see here. Well, it'd be great if there was a way to add this rather than having to go into each individual thing. I got yours done, Sally. James, I'm working through yours right now. So I'll just add the +1 temp to all your skills as well. I got yours, James. Just figuring out where all these are going to go. And it looks like that's for trained and untrained things. Okay.
So is this something to do with the level you've got to?
This is optional rules, so that because I'm not like in Pathfinder, like D&D, there are certain expectations with respect to the math in it, or like modern versions of D&D at least from 3rd edition forward. One of the assumptions is that you're going to have access to certain pieces of gear,
equipment.
Yeah.
So normally at 4th level we would have this +1 striking weapons. That means you will have double damage dice and +1.
Yeah. So we're, but I'm not bothering to come up with reasons for why you're doing that. So what we can do instead is just modify the number. This option from the Game Mastery Guide, it gives a way of making sure the math works out the way that the rest of the game assumes, like for how many hit points creatures have and stuff like that, without us having to without me having to come up with cockamamie reasons for why you're suddenly having magic items thrust upon you. Okay, so skills that... Yeah, so that's it. So let's see here. All of your skills should get +1. Your attacks should get +1 for in that temp category, and then your attacks should all do 2 dice of damage, not just 1. Spells are not affected, but none of you guys have spellcasters, so let me quickly do that for Golag as well. There we go.
So just 2 dice for all weapons.
Yeah, so if you go to the where it lists 1 underneath if you hit the cog, it'll give you access to customizing all that stuff, and just put 2 as the dice for all of your weapons.
And I've already done Igor because I upgraded him.
Perfect. Yeah, that's the thing. Certain things already do that automatically. Like spells will automatically scale up at a certain level.
Well, I made him an advanced construct or whatever.
Oh, nice. Okay. And we're almost all updated here. This way I can feel free to kick the bejesus out of you guys with the, what do you call it? Corrupted Priest.
That's right.
At next level, you'll also get +1 to all your defenses. I don't think anyone's got any magic armor.
That's it.
And for those listening at home, there may be an easier way to do this in Roll20. I don't know how to do it with this particular sheet. So apologies for the thrilling watching me fill out a form content here. Really?
So
Does
I fixed
does
my
perception
weapons.
need modified?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. No, it doesn't. Perception, you get a separate modifier for.
Okay.
Yeah, that's at a later level. Okay. Golag is likewise updated. All his weapons and attacks and shit do proper. I think, Sally, I think you're all good to go here as well. And, yeah. You guys will be plowing through low-level adversaries like it's nothing.
So I did my own character, if that's okay with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, if you guys, all it is +1 to all your skills, +1 to all attacks, and +1 extra dice of damage. Let's see. Looking good. Yep. Oh, yeah, there you go. Okay, perfect. Great. Okay. I can see it changing as I'm watching.
Yeah, that is the right kind of work. Just looking at it.
Okay, Dr. Sprung, you're good to go as well. Alrighty. Okay, so then you guys are properly equipped, or with proper modifiers now. So let's see here. Let's see. No bonuses to hit, no bonuses to damage. Ooh, look at that, Sally.
Oh, yes, that's what we want to see.
11 points of damage, my goodness. Okay. Then, I think, how do you guys plan on attacking? Is just in through the front door? I'm not sure we discussed what specific approach you guys wanted to take with it.
So I think we found out about there should be a secret back entrance, or well, I don't know whether it's really secret, but a back entrance, because this was something that I learned from the guy we had caught and held captive.
I think you learned that there was something below, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So
that.
not necessarily a secret entrance in it, but that within there is something underneath.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we would just sneak in from behind and try to find it, whatever it is.
Okay. Well, again, like there's not. He hasn't said that there's a separate entrance necessarily. There probably is in this place. You know what? I found. I was snooping around for some other stuff. I got some great concept art from. What do you call it? A game set in the 19th century, and I thought this was pretty helpful to picture just how tight these streets are, especially in the this particular in the Barrow Ditch. Is that what it's called? Barrowhead.
I think
district.
we should really try to sneak in at night now, because coming there or getting there again with our carriage, I mean, that would be a problem, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the stealth part, I'll be honest. On my behalf, not on you two, but me and Igor.
Does anyone have a? I can't remember if someone took it. I thought someone was talking about there's a talent that allows you to share expertise, basically.
Follow the expert.
With stealth.
I haven't got stealth yet. I've got
Just
got
climbing.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Sally and Goleg's climbing.
After the one abysmal suit-ruining expedition.
Yeah, I'm only trained in stealth, so I can't do this either.
Okay.
But I think it's just maybe, I mean, let's just imagine that there is some kind of way to open the door, and then maybe you don't have to sneak in. And just if if I was able to sneak in and open the door, and then you could just enter. I mean, it's in the middle of the night.
Yeah, I don't know what they've got for. I don't know if they have guards or anything like that. I'm not sure. I don't know if they expect trouble, retaliation. I think he's potentially.
I think he has. He has already. Some of his minions have already flown, so I don't know if they are running back to him immediately. I don't know.
Well, do we think we should go straight away while
Yeah.
we've got the opportunity and potentially upper hand of those thugs not being involved?
I think so. Don't you?
Yeah, I think that's probably potentially a good idea, unless we get there just as they get there or something. But we certainly go and check it out, couldn't we?
Cam?
Yeah, I think everything that we're trying now to be very, very clever will fail anyways. So,
I may have mentioned Ingolf plays an awful lot of Shadowrun. So he's familiar with the over-planning part of that. All right. So then, what do you guys... tell me how you plan on getting over there and how you plan on approaching his mission.
I think actually, so I think that maybe it would be good for Adam at least to stay a little bit back and let Sally and me just sneak to the building so that we can see whether there's someone behind the door or close or something watching, and then if we made it, then you can just say that you should follow, something like that.
Okay. So then, why don't we do this? And forgive me, are you taking the motorized carriage as well?
I don't think that is so wide. No, yeah, I would say we. How long is it to walk? Maybe.
That would be hours.
Okay.
Yeah, Paridar
so I
is
think
pretty
we
big.
would. Yeah, then we would use the carriage, but only, I don't know, up to 3 blocks, and then walk the last 3 blocks, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can get Golag to drive us there, and then drop us off.
Precisely. There you go, and he's bringing it back. All right. So then, let's do this. Why don't we have... I'm going to have all of you make a stealth check, please. Just to get a sense of... even if Dr. Earthsprung is staying behind, to see how well concealed he is. Oh, let me grab my DM screen, or shop steward's screen here. Go.
Oh, nice.
Good stuff. Oh, that's a 2. Dr. Earthsprung, would you like to spend a hero point and re-roll that?
I'm gonna, but I still feel it's gonna be pretty bad, but I'm gonna give it a try.
Okay, here we go.
Oh yeah, much improved.
50% better.
It's not a negative. I think
It's not a negative, but you have definitely drawn someone's attention. So then, Sally and Basil, what you find is you are able to sneak forward. So we'll get back to Dr. Earthsprung in a moment. But you two sneak your way forward and give us a sense of how what it looks like as you're making your way through these darkened streets. I can tell you that it's as cramped as what you're seeing on the screen here, but it's pitch black. You know, like there's very few buildings that have lights on at this time of night. And it's overcast skies again tonight. So it is there are ample amounts of shadows for you guys to make your way around in. But I believe you both have dark vision, don't you?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. So you are
I'll be wearing my darkest blue outfit.
Nice.
And my lights are all off.
Nice. Put them on dim. You accidentally put them on flashing for a moment. Oh shit! Hold on. I gotta. So you make your way up towards this, and what you find is as you get close to the mission itself, which again was this old, like it's a converted factory of some kind. As you get to it, what you find, looking into the small square that is open before this thing, there is now a source of light, because there are effectively like braziers, or like, you know, iron poles with little braziers on the end that are burning. and it's almost as if there are lights around this thing, and there is no one. There's no one outside of it, but inside you can hear that there is some kind of chanting or rhythmic singing going on.
Well, that's not ominous at all.
I should mention that there's a lot of different things I draw an inspiration for, but with each of our different mysteries, I do try to focus on one specific thing. This one was Hammer Horror, so... So you guys see this. What do you make of that? There probably is a second entrance here. If you want to inspect that, and your stealth rolls are certainly...
Yeah.
Okay.
Just walk once around the building, maybe?
And what you can see, there are lights. Every one of the windows that you pass in this thing, there are lights on inside of it. And that door, there isn't the, like, come in here kind of ostentatious display the way there is outside the main entrance. But the door, there are lights inside the door, and if you are watching carefully, you can see there are figures moving in behind the curtains in that lit room. Doesn't seem like tons. It doesn't look like there's a party going on necessarily, but you do see at least one or two figures move, so it seems that there is someone in there.
And what about the higher stories?
This one only really has one story. It's a big building with one open hall. It's part of the reason why it's easy to convert it from a factory over to a church. But Basil was able to get ingress over there. Well, let me rephrase that. He found a hole in the ceiling, and I think if you guys made it a little larger, you certainly would be able to get in there. And both of you are able climbers, from what I recall. So you could certainly make your way in there. There's lots of rafters and whatnot that are you would be able to hide yourself in. The challenge would be, while Dr. Ersprung may be able to make his way through it, Igor is unlikely to be stealthily making his way across the roof.
Yeah, I think
that
maybe
may
we
make
should...
a clever distraction, though.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think that Adam wants to keep Igor, so we could just... But, I mean, couldn't we just try to somehow just maybe try to sneak in very without noise, let me put it this way, and just maybe sneak up to the guards and then let Adam and Igor into the back door? I mean, let's just try it, and if it fails, we have to flee anyway, I suppose. Or do you have any better plans, Sally?
No, I guess that's the only advantage I can think of going in on another floor is that people probably... I don't know, but we can only do that. It's... I
mean...
Otherwise, be trying to peer in through the roof, but again, probably there's nothing there either. It's probably just a solid one.
Yeah, if they weren't, I mean, these people are maybe immune to fire, so maybe setting the building on fire wouldn't give us an advantage. So that would be, or having a fire there or something. Like the old fire trick to distract someone wouldn't work here necessarily.
I guess it probably off the minions, but not the big bad.
Yeah.
I could try and smoke them out.
Yeah, I have this smoke bomb, but I don't know if that helps.
Let's just maybe sneak in and see what we can see first before we start.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
So where is it you're attempting to sneak into?
Maybe on the side of the building. I know that we have to cross the light, but if we are quick, maybe we can make it to the wall and then climb up.
Sure.
Through the thing in the roof.
Yeah, I mean, stealth roll's that good. You're able to certainly make your way over to the side of the building, and you can hear the chanting within, and the remind me, do you speak Abyssal?
I might speak Infernal, but not Abyssal. I
Infernal,
suppose.
okay. So there is a language that's being spoken in there that you don't understand. It doesn't sound good, you know. Like there is it most certainly isn't common, and it does not have a pleasant connotation to it. So, where do you wish to go here? Do you want to we want to check the door? We want to check the windows? Check the roof?
Yeah, I think we would go through the roof. I
roof,
think
okay.
that's okay. Yeah.
Why don't you each give us a climb check, please?
Do you want to follow me?
Yeah, I could follow you. I mean, you're.
It's just
So
a
this is
safety.
athletics. Yes, I think you're better able to do the climbing, maybe.
Okay. Holy smokes. And if you could click on your feet, Sally, I don't remember what
Yeah,
how that works.
I think actually I would have to roll with your bonus, but I'm not sure.
Let's see here. While climbing.
Well, it's just to avoid you if you critically fail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I can grab you before you plunge.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I think the Fall of the Expert, doesn't it treat it as like one level proficiency lower?
Ooh.
I think that's how
Yeah.
Fall. Like you
Yeah.
still you use the bonus, but you treat it as too low. So basically, it's like you use your bonus, Sally, but at -2.
Uh-huh.
So I think that's. Let me double check here. It's been a while since we've done
So my
something in it.
bonus is 10.
Okay. What's your bonus for athletics, Basil?
1.
1. Yeah, so it most definitely is better for Sally. So Sally, why don't you give us a just give us an athletics check at -2. Holy smokes! Yeah, easy peasy. So Basil, you are easily helped up to the roof. Where do you guys wish to go now?
Inside, maybe just
Okay.
see what we see from here, and then.
Yeah, so I think what so I think the hole that is in the roof is likely big enough for Basil to sort of squeeze his way through. But Sally, you may need either a acrobatics check from you as a sort of a contortionist type thing, or a athletics check to just sort of break away a little bit more of the roof. What are you thinking? Contortionist or break a bigger hole?
Well, fairly. Well, we're both pretty small, right?
Basil is
Slip.
genuinely small. You both are quite small, relatively speaking. Basil is only about 3 feet tall, though. And
So
he's
you're
mostly
in.
puff and coat. So,
So would I try my acrobatics to try and squeeze through?
sure, sounds good. So give us an acrobatics check. Like it's
Come on.
nothing. It's like
Okay.
you ever seen a salmon cannon? It's sort of, whoa, you're through this thing. Basil, like you get yourself through no problem whatsoever, and you're in the rafters of this thing, and you look back to her, and you're like, now you're gonna want to be careful, and she just like slips through like it's nothing, and lands even quieter than what you've been.
Yeah, and that's, okay, I see now that is the fishy side of things. Okay.
So let me show you what the interior of this sort of looks like. Now, this is sort of what the building looks like inside. I think we do need to, well, sort of in our regular thing, or what's something that's a little more insidious here. Yeah, that'll work. So, you guys get in here. One thing that this doesn't depict properly is the rafters. Like, this is more like a big union hall kind of thing with big rafters with lots of shadows being cast up in it. So we got plenty of opportunities for you guys to maneuver around and hide, in the top of this part of the building. Why don't you each give us a stealth check, please? Let me make sure this is not... Nice. Basil, well done. Oh, and Sally's got 20. Okay. So you, what you can see is that there is a large group of people who are all sort of, it's not pews, but it's chairs that have been roughly put together that are serving as kind of a congregation area. They are all up and facing towards probably the place where Brother Loeb does his sermons. But in place of Brother Loeb, there is a man there with a long sackcloth robe in a poor imitation of the regalia of the Church of the Heavenly Host. And one difference is, as well, is that rather than having a bare face, he seems to be wearing some kind of ram's skull as a headdress as he's leading this. There isn't anyone else that you can see down there who seems to be doing anything other than paying attention to this sermon and joining in the invocation. Assuming you guys watch for about 5 minutes or so, it seems like it's just going on. There's not a break to provide any kind of singing. They're all chanting. There are also many torches. The source of lighting here is not the electric or gas lights that you may think that are in here. It's all natural lighting. It's all, or rather, natural sources, so fire. It's a similar braziers and sconces with things burning in them that you saw outside.
So, is there flammable materials here that would easily catch fire, like with the torch or something?
Yeah, it looks like there's some bedding and whatnot. It looks like people have been sleeping in here at another part of the big hall. It doesn't fill them. There's probably about maybe 30 people who are part of the chanting and whatever else, are taking part in the ceremony.
We don't want to butcher through 30 misguided people. That's maybe not wise.
So what are you thinking?
Sally, have you learned any of Golak's tricks with this magic shadow thing?
I've seen too many of his tricks, and most of them end badly.
Yeah, well, but we could use one of those now. I don't see how we could...
Yes, we need a familiar. That's what we need. Luckily, demons might want to share that with us, but... Finally, that Golag type could have been useful.
Yeah. I mean, we could try to start a fire with his beds here. I think even if we could get Adam into here, I mean, what good would it do? We would still have to have this major kind of fight with all these other guys here. I don't see how this would work out other than total carnage.
Have we got any idea of what might be stored here that we might be able to use that might be inflammable?
Yeah, look at those bed sheets over there. I mean,
yeah, there's places where people are sleeping. There's clothes that are drying on lines. Looks like there's a cook area where people have been preparing food. There's a small, half of this place seems to be given over to a flop house, and the other half seems to be given over to some kind of impromptu church. And then the other part of the building appears to be a kitchen, which is where that back entrance comes in. And then there's the offices. where the 4 people would have been. That's where Brother Loeb had positioned himself, where your spy had set itself up.
Now I'm just trying to think if there's anything that we could create a load of smoke and mayhem. I don't think we really want to burn it all down and burn all these types alive, so more to drive them out.
I think what we should do is now we should sneak back. We should ask Golak to drive with the carriage in front of this thing and maybe just lead some of the minions away by just letting him chase them. And then we maybe have a little more chance to get this here cleared. I mean, 30 people, that's impossible.
So we'll leave you guys to contemplate that, and we'll turn back to where Dr. Ursprung has been waiting. So Dr. Ursprung, you're in the darkness, presumably trying to conceal yourself. Would you give us a perception check, please? Also, everyone gets a hero point. Nice. So you can see that there is someone, you know, who sort of in the middle of the alleyway sort of staggers out and is humming some kind of, you know, local thing. He may be humming some bars of the White Blossoms of Paridar, and he staggers forward, then seems to stop as if he sees you, and then says, "Hey there! Hey there! You got a shilling to spare?" And starts staggering forward, but your perception roll was good enough. You can see there is someone who seems to be like walking parallel to him, but is trying their very best to not be spotted by you along. So there's the noisy guy making his way directly towards you. He's about half a block away right now. And the right next to him, seemingly concealed, is some other person who is making their way up. You got arms there, Doc. Yeah, you got arms there, sir. Spare a shilling for a veteran. Buy him a drink, would you?
So I'm going to obviously keep an eye on this other character without or trying to give it away. And I'll just flick this coin towards him so it goes quite a distance.
Okay.
To keep him away from me, basically.
Sure, you flick it out, and he stops, bends down. Oh, sir, this is not enough. Surely you got more to spare for a veteran. And he starts making his way towards you as well. Again, with that perception, good enough perception roll, you can see there's a big, like a club or a cudgel that's fairly poorly concealed underneath his rags. He's human. The guy who's making his way up towards you, he seems to be human or perhaps mixed race as well. He has in his hand a cudgel.
Okay. I'm going to give him one warning. I suggest you turn round and go to where you come, or me and my friend, and I'll gesture Igor to sort of step in front of me. We'll have to respond.
Why don't you give us a intimidation check at +1, please? And remember, don't put the plus in, it's a 1.
Yeah.
So seeing that, both of them sort of stop, and I think giving the game away a bit, the one who is making the most noise, he stops and looks at the concealed guy, and then he turns and runs, and seconds afterwards, the other guy turns and runs off as well too.
Did I recognize him in any way? No. This
is an unfortunate reality of why you got to be careful where you're walking at night. There, pickpockets and cutthroats, unfortunately, abound in some of these places.
Nothing to do with a mission. I don't think.
You don't recognize either of them, and this. Why don't you give us a society check, please? It's a DC 10 on this. Yeah, this is just. I think you didn't do as good of a job of hiding yourself as perhaps you had hoped, and this is just, opportunity thugs who are just trying to grab something. It is an unfortunate reality in not only in Barrowhead, but in your neighborhood as well.
Yeah, no, he won't be too worried about it. It's delayed him slightly, but I will continue on to the mission, and I'll be trying to basically stand as far away as I can, but still see it. So I'm just trying to look for signs from Basil and Sally.
Why don't you give us a stealth check, please?
Oh dear.
The difficulty is not going to be as... Oh, boy. You want to hero point that? What did you roll for that? That must... Yeah, you rolled a 5.
Yeah. I'm getting better. I'm definitely getting better.
3, 4, 5. Next, with the hero point, that will be a 6 for sure.
Here we go. This is the big one.
Come on, where's that 20? 12. As I said, that because you're keeping yourself so far back, and because it's darkness, it is not that bad. Does Dr. Earthsprung have dark vision as well?
He's got the low light.
Low light. Okay, so this is a little tricky finding your way around in this. So there's a little bit of stumbling, but fortunately you can, as long as you move slowly, I think you'll be okay. You're able to find your way there, and you've got an eyesight, or you've got a vantage for maybe like a straight shot down a city block worth of alley. It's crooked just a little bit maybe, but you can see the torches burning outside, or the braziers on poles burning outside of the front entrance. Those were not there the past 2 times you've been there as well. This is something new. Perhaps it's something they only put out at night to make it, clear for people to come in, or perhaps there's some other purpose to them.
Or some sort of signal. Okay.
Okay. So you've got yourself there. Let's flash back inside once again. Sally and Basil, what are you intending on doing? You have currently Golag, I suppose, is watching the car, as it were, a couple of blocks back.
I hear your idea of going back out and coming back in, but we got a bit lucky on the way in.
Yeah, okay.
So
you want to stay here and I just sneak out?
Your acrobatics is a 1, did you say?
Athletics is 1.
Athletics is a 1.
But I don't think that we will have this conversation. But
well, I mean,
no, but I can see that you're a little bit challenged in the vertical.
Yeah,
I
think that there's an in-universe or in-fiction explanation for why, Sally basically had to pull you up here the entire way. So perhaps it was just a matter of so you're going to climb back up again here yourself, and
yeah, I hope I didn't hurt your tail when I did that.
Yeah.
Furious whisker twisting.
Yeah. I mean, you can go back, and then I will stay here. If that's what you want.
Okay.
But I think really we need a distraction. How do you want to go with this? These are 30 people.
Okay. I will try going back out. I suppose it'll be a little easier this time, but
you're not going to need to make another. You rolled 30 or something on your acrobatics? Yeah, you're good to go in and out. You're not going to make rolls for that. It really is just a matter of the only reason I'm making a roll stealth is because there's a potential of you're leaving it open to a potential of you making a sound or something else. So give us a stealth check once again there, Sally.
Yeah.
It might prompt you for... Oh, there we go. Whoa.
Ooh. Better hero point that.
Okay. There you go. Okay. So you are, once again, Basil, you're a little bit in awe of the fact that there's no noise she makes as she, walks her way back along the rafter and then nimbly pokes her or gets her way through a hole that you had a little bit of difficulty getting yourself through. Sally, where do you go next?
Yeah, so I guess I slide back the same path, trying to be as silent as a mouse, not a rat. And then let's go find Golag. Let's see if he can try out his new horn.
Okay.
I hear he'd found something which made quite a quite a ditty, so maybe he can do that outside the front door.
Okay. So if you head down now, you guys have not communicated this plan to Dr. Ursprung yet. Did you wish to do so before?
I should swing. But I'll swing by Dr. Ursprung and let him know the plan.
Okay. So Dr. Ursprung, how do you let Dr. Ursprung know that you are next to him? And I have a suggestion. You want one? Is that perhaps you're standing next to him and then you activate your lights a little bit, just a slight glow, and he's like, "What? Jeez." So Dr. Ursprung, Ms. Dumer has returned to you. Go ahead.
So I'll just let him in. So there's a whole crowd of them in there. Now we can't possibly deal with them as it is. Now it seems a bit risky to try and set fire to the place. There's no guarantee it'll work, and plus we feel a little bit, guilty that it might be a bit excessive to burn down the place with so many people asleep in it. So we thought that we would get Golag and his jalopy to turn up and make a racket outside, and that'll no doubt wire them up.
Is there any sign of Loeb yet?
We saw somebody in a skull mask, so wondering if that could be him.
Did it sort of fit the description of size and height?
Why don't you give us a perception check, Sally? These Drylanders sometimes are difficult to tell apart.
Oh yes, here we go. I don't know. They all look much the same to me.
Yeah, like it was a Caucasian man from the skin that they could see, which was like Loeb. It seemed to be human, like Loeb, but it's difficult to tell whether behind that ram mask it was him or not. You can say the robes that they were wearing, the sackcloth, robes, those were different than what you've seen. Brother Loeb has been wearing basically stripped down versions of the raiments that the Church of the Heavenly Host wear. Lots of blacks. His just lacks any kind of specific ornamentation, like no collar, no other symbols associating directly with the church.
And I noticed that there was these lanterns or lights outside the premises. Is that some sort of signal that something's going on? Or is that just after our visit they're up in the security somewhat?
Possibly, maybe they're on alert. I couldn't see anything inside. There didn't seem to be lots of guards and everything as such. They seemed to be fairly relaxed. We were able to sneak in and get about.
Well, if Golag's willing, can we get in without too much trouble? Do you think, me and Igor?
I think that could be. We had to go up on the roof and then through a small hole, so I think it might be a bit tricky for you all. We could try, but it's definitely. I can try and lead you up there.
What about a ground floor door or entrance? Once you've tried this, or once Golag's tried this.
Well, maybe go and conceal yourself near one of the side back doors, and then if Golag creates a distraction up front, maybe that'll give you a chance to get in.
Okay. Yeah, I'm willing to try that.
Okay. So how do you want to time this? You guys don't have a way of communicating to each other when you're not present together. What are you guys thinking?
Well, literally, if Golag brings his steam wagon round and then lets rip the horn, then we should all hear it. So, and I'm sure Basil will figure it out once he hears the racket.
Well,
Okay.
do you want to?
I'm betting that Golag's been trying out that new hall near the house, so we're all very familiar with it.
Well, should we ask him to give us 10 minutes to get into some sort of position, and you could maybe lead me to where you want me, and then you can go on to meet Basil.
Yeah, follow the expert would probably be helpful with Dr. Ersprung.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, Ms. Dumer, why don't you give us a... I'm just going to quickly check it, make sure I'm doing that right. Where's the...
Well, that one's for climbing, though, isn't it? That one?
Well, that's only his... it prevents a crit failure. The action that it's using, the follow the expert, that's just an action in the explorer mode. Pathfinder 2's got 3 different modes of play. There's encounter mode, which is combat, exploration mode, and downtime mode. And each of them has different actions you can take. And I believe kingdom mode with... what do you call it? Or domain mode with Kingmaker. Okay, so follow the expert. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so here's how it works. Is you make the check yourself, but you get to add... when you follow the expert, you match their tactic or attempt similar skill checks. Thanks to your allies' assistance, you can add your level as a proficiency bonus to the associated skill check, even if you're untrained. In addition, you also gain a skill bonus based on the allies' proficiency. So it's +2 for expert in Ms. Dumer's case. Wait, are you an expert in stealth yet?
No. Let me... For stealth, I am... T6.
Okay, so...
trained, yeah.
Yeah. So the ally must be at least expert in the skill in order to provide this assistance. So, Basil, are you expert in stealth?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay.
Because I'm expert in athletics.
Oh,
that is why we are not... why we didn't do that, yeah.
So then, this will not assist... I mean, what you can do is you could roll an assistance check, like roll against a DC 20. You'll give +1 on a success, +2 on a crit. If you want to try that.
Let's try that.
Okay.
So,
Good, so it's a
let's
stealth
sneak
check.
along that. Let's... Oh. I'll hero point it.
Okay.
Dr. Ersprung, I'm feeling right.
It's like
right
getting nose.
clumsy.
Well, it's good. You're sharing some assistance, and Dr. Ersprung is sharing his dice rolls with you. So, Dr. Ersprung, would you like to give us a stealth check? Maybe like isn't the word I should use here.
Not really, no.
Okay. So,
As the sound of trash cans falling over in the alley.
I knew I should have packed Igor's slippers.
okay, so then, and if you're curious, that was as a 2-point or 2 action. Dr. Ersprung is throwing Igor under the bus for his terrible self
Oh yeah, well, my fault. This is a shared thing.
So what happens is you guys move yourself. You move Dr. Ersprung to within. Where are you thinking of? Or where were you thinking of positioning yourself to? At the end of the stealth check, would you be like across the alleyway so you can just run across and get in, or?
There was a side door, wasn't there? Or
Yeah,
a back
side door out back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought we were going to be on the
close to
far side of that, so anybody coming out and heading towards the main road would go the other direction. And
Got it.
hopefully not look back.
So you guys get yourself over there, and unfortunately, the combination of Dr. Ersprung and Igor, it's not as perhaps as stealthy as you'd like. You need not make a roll for it, but you hear ka-chunk as the door opens, and there's a little shaft of light coming out from within. But it only opens about maybe 1.5 inches. The sound of the chanting within is a little bit louder now that heavy door is open. You can, Dr. Ersprung, you have the pleasure of hearing this for the first time, unimpeded by walls or ceilings.
What's
Once it
going
opens,
on in there?
nothing else happens.
maybe I still do have friends inside this mission.
Intriguing.
Maybe we
Do we
should carry
chance
on.
it?
Should we carry on with the plan, and I'll get into position?
Let's do that.
Okay. So, Ms. Dumere, you easily carry the distance because of your monk-born speed. You easily reach Golag in no time. You communicate the plan to him, and he agrees. Where do you want to position yourself, Ms. Dumere?
I will go up the wall and be above where Dr. Ersprung is, in case he needs any assistance.
Okay.
Later.
Yeah. So why don't you give us a... what's your bonus to athletics?
Bonus athletics is 10.
Plus 10. Okay, yeah. So why don't you give us an athletics check, please? Okay. That's still good enough. It's really not that hard to get up here. So you're able to clamber up and position yourself above. What you see is when you're in position, Dr. Ersprung, when Ms. Dumere is in position above, Basil, you're inside, just waiting. It's a tense few minutes while you're waiting for everything to come into place, about 15 minutes from the time that Ms. Dumere left, Basil, and then you hear it. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's the steam whistle that Golag has on his thing, and it comes rolling in, whoop, 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 getting louder as he gets in. And then, rolls around in the sort of the entryway near where the near where the entrance is. Why don't you guys give us... Someone give me give us a D20 roll, please.
Yeah, okay. So, 18.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever
So
that
it
means.
easily maneuvered along, goggles on even at night, and it goes racing by. What you see, Basil, because you're the only one really with a vantage in here, there isn't a stop to the chanting. But one of the people peels away from the back of the thing, walks over to the main entrance, opens the door, and then turns and walks back and rejoins the 30 congregants in their singing in that abyssal tongue. So having heard the whistle, Dr. Ersprung, what are you intending on doing? You guys are on the far side of this building.
Yeah, I was going to start to make my way towards the door.
Okay.
Not to just run in, but just to get in position and see if there's the chanting stopped and what's going on.
Yeah, the chanting continues from what you can hear, but as you get closer, I guess there are two things. The door remains open, the inch and a half that it was opened by whoever heard you, and there is at least 2 individuals chanting inside that room, which you understand to be the kitchen.
And they're chanting in the kitchen.
The voice of the congregation is loud enough that it likely is filling at the very least, the first floor of this structure. So you're standing right before the threshold of the door. You can hear on the other side of that door, there are at least 2 people who are joining in this blasphemous chant. Sally is looking down at you.
Yeah, I sort of look up and decide. This is very odd. Yeah, he's going to open the door.
You open the door?
See if they stop chanting and look at him, or if they're still continue.
There are 2 individuals in here. One is a... Let's see here. One would be a gnome, and the other a human. One woman, one man. A human is a woman. They don't miss a beat in their chant. And both of them look at you as if they were expecting you coming in. But their eyes are wide and wild. There is a mania in them as they continue chanting. They take no steps to either invite you in or prevent you from going in. They just look at you.
So they clearly see me, but they can't stop this chanting.
You can picture there's you standing in the door. They're standing in the kitchen. One's on one side nearest to you, the gnome. The other's on the other side of a table. And they're both, it's as if when you open it up, as if they were watching, facing the door, waiting for you to come in. And they continue this rhythmic chanting.
Okay. I'm going to try and sort of step round them. Can I go in and see if
you step in? There's more than enough room in here for you to move in. They keep their eyes on you as you move in, but they make no effort to try and stop you or to obstruct you whatsoever.
But they do turn and sort of move as I move.
They are keeping their wild eyes on you the entire time that they are chanting.
That's weird. Okay. And there's obviously a door that goes into this sort of main area.
From here, then it goes into the larger area, yeah. From here, there's also a little hallway that would lead down to the offices. I think we can safely flash back with all of Basil's maps and whatnot. He probably, with the benefit of his clockwork spy, has laid out what to expect in here. And there's like 2 offices in here. One of them is the one that was used by Brother Loeb. And then there is a set of stairs that heads down in here. And then there's you go into the main area where the sound of the entire congregation singing seems to be coming from. So you sort of walk to the edge of the kitchen, you look back, and they're still staring at you and chanting. And I think that's where we'll take our mid-session break. And then we'll come back and figure out what you guys wish to do next. From what Sally told you, so you can plan, Basil is somewhere in the rafters in that main room, too. So,
yep.
Great. So we'll be back for those listening at home momentarily.
Okay.
I don't think that this is going well.
No. And if we set fire to the places, probably still just stay there.
Yeah. I think there's a scene in Star Wars that is very fitting to this problem, and that is when the guy yells, "It's a trap." I mean, obviously they are inviting us in. I mean, we could only hope that this is some kind of hybrid that this demon wants to battle us in the basement. But that's the only hope I have. Otherwise, we are toast.
I'm not sure battling him on his home ground is such an appealing thought.
Yeah.
And only 3 of us, too.
Yes.
What's your thoughts?
Yeah.
Are they well, not out of control, but being controlled so they can't react, or is that part of the trick to get us in, or?
No.
I'm confused.
Yeah, I think that, well, they are inviting us in.
And inviting me in, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, my hope is that this kind of demon wants to battle us in the basement. But I don't know. I mean, I think it would be retreat would be the more fruitful option, but I don't think that we will have a better chance next time.
And I'm not sure what plan B is.
Well, I was hoping to get a look at this guy to see if I can work out if it's Loeb.
I mean, as far as we know, it could be even someone else. So
yeah, that's what
Basil would not shoot that person just for chanting.
But is there a chance that they are under some sort of control that they can't interact with us, and we could.
I mean, yeah, we could try to somehow break the spell. Like, let me put it this way. But I don't know how.
I mean, I've got 2 in the kitchen, which is quite a small amount, obviously, to deal with if it didn't go to plan.
Yeah, I mean, if these are similar to the ruffians, we could just, beat them up, and I don't know.
I've just seen if I could break them out of it, this chanting. Just shake them and slap them a bit and see if they...
If they're unconscious, they will stop chanting. I'm pretty sure about
I should think so. But it would prove that they are under control if they don't fight back or resist. They wouldn't be able to, sort of thing.
Yeah, I think that's maybe the thing. And if they move to attack you, then we are out and we're running away, I suppose.
Yeah, we'd be well outnumbered. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have to, I don't know, make something that we have some kind of street gang backing us up or whatever.
Okay. I may get Sally to join me then, so that at least we're sort of better in communication and don't get split up too much.
Yeah, I think that I hope I'm allowed to roll to that Basil would hear that you have entered. I mean, you should be rather loud.
Yeah, I don't know how loud the chanting is, but well, I'll definitely let you know one way or the other once I try this. You'll soon find out where it's gone to plan on.
Does Igor have some kind of sonic attack or something?
Nah.
Kind of loud blast?
Nah, he's only got his sort of bludgeoning sort of hand weapons, and then he can explode, obviously, but that's quite a small area. It's only like
maybe there's something you could do with your smoke bomb.
Okay. So, guys, I have some tragic news to share. It appears because I got up so early, I have drank all the coffee.
Oh. It's going to be a long Sunday.
It is going to be a long... Well, there'll be a second pot in the making. For now, it means that I have but a half cup to get me through the last half of the session, so we need to kick things up into a thrilling, action-packed thing, by which I mean these 2 people suddenly attack Dr. No, I'm kidding. Now, we left with Dr. Ursprung having made his way carefully through here with these 2 individuals still chanting at him and keeping a wild-eyed eye contact with him. Ms. Dumer, what do you do, if anything? Once Dr. Ursprung has opened the door and went in, and there was no... You would be able to hear the people shouting at him or chanting at him as well.
Well, I'll just think to myself, that's all a bit bizarre, but then I'll go back through my hole in the roof to see if I can see him from the rafters.
Sure. Why don't you give us an athletics check, please?
If my mouse starts working, I will.
That's a sideways swipe at Basil. I mean, that was really no call for...
Yeah.
He can't do anything. He doesn't know. All right, so you're easily able to race your way over. And, and everyone gets a hero point, too, by the way. And you're able to make your way down through the thing. And...
Did I hear Igor and Adam coming in? I mean, they would be rather loud.
Yeah, give us a perception check, Basil. Let's see if you can hear it over the... They would be, but there's also 30 people chanting, and you're in like the acoustically perfect spot to be have your hearing drowned out. But let's see here. You do have very keen eyes, and I think this is part of your investigation as well. So Plus
So then this is a 17.
17, okay. I don't think that's quite... Do you want to spend a hero point?
Yeah, come on.
I'll make room for a new one for you.
Yeah. That's a great idea. So now I can. Yeah.
Now you can add a 1 to it.
Yeah.
There you go.
20. Yeah. Okay.
So you can hear, in particular, Igor's footprints in coming down the hallway. And no one seems to have gone. And then I think at that point you sort of see Sally has silently got herself down and is running over to rejoin you.
Okay.
So both of you, it seems as if the plan has gone awry. And I think at this point, Sally, when you get down, you may also notice that the front door is open, but no one has left.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this plan ain't working. And these people are all bat. They're all crazy.
So while you guys are sitting there, maybe let's... Dr. Erskine, what are you doing?
Well, I want to investigate this. Well, I'm not investigating. I want to test this chanting.
Okay.
To see if it is some sort of effect that these people have got no control over, and so I'm going to go up to one of them. I mean, what are the two individuals?
One is a male gnome and a female human. Yeah, at least in the kitchen. What you can hear is there's a whole lot more chanting in the big common area.
Yeah, but I just want to, while I've got a small sort of subject matter of only 2, I'm going to go up to this gnome, sort of crouch down a bit, and I'm just going to shake him and see if he breaks out of this chanting, or if he reacts or tries to defend himself in any way. Or
okay, why don't you give us a medicine check, please?
Okay. Oh, jeez.
A 2.
Yeah, I'm rolling that again.
Okay.
Don't you have assurance on medicine?
Oh yeah, I could do that. That'll give me a 21 actually.
21, okay. So you shake this one, and there's actually no response. Like no change in the chanting. I think the expression on the face, though, and again, still chanting away, it seems to get into like, you would describe it as manic glee. Of just like, as you're shaking, and it's this gnomish man continues to chant the same words.
But does it seem like he can't physically sort of react to me?
All you've done is shake him, and then he's continued chanting. And there has been a change in his expression.
I'm going to put it to the test then. I'm going to try and, if he doesn't, resist, I'm going to try and sort of choke him out.
Okay. So, you actually will see no resistance from it, and you're just going to, like...
sort of from behind, I'm just going to sort of strangle him until he passes out. I don't want to kill him, but using my sort of knowledge in medicine and that, I'm going to just try.
Yeah, and he doesn't resist it whatsoever. You choke him out, he goes into unconsciousness. The chanting stops.
I'm going to do the same with the other one.
Okay. Same thing happens.
Okay, and I'll just sort of lay him down. And just put him, sort of carry him and put him in the corner out of the way. So, and then I'm going to go and investigate the door to the main area. Okay.
So, it may not shock you to learn that you guys are Sally and Basil. It's quite easy to see Dr. Ersprung when he's coming. So there is with the torches and the sort of the uneven light, I suppose is what I'm trying to say, that comes from the torches. There's like a shadow that precedes Dr. Ersprung's arrival in the main thing. And you see him cautiously making his way down towards the main area. And as you're coming around and seeing into the main chamber here, at the far end is where that flop house is, the part where all the beds and whatnot are set aside. And then there is the entire congregation of 30 that continue chanting. And as you walk in here too, all the eyes, all the heads turn towards you. They are all watching you. And slowly the person on stage likewise turns and faces you, continuing to chant, arms wide, that strange cloak made of sackcloth hanging down from his outstretched arms. You can give us a perception check as well, Dr. Ursprung.
Okay.
That is definitely not Brother Loeb.
Okay.
Your eyes go to the. Now you can see it at this level. Your eyes go to the to what, or your, I guess your memory, not your eyes, but your memory goes back to what your assistant, the laborer who helps you, what he had said about seeing a goat in the flames, because this ram's skull. Now that you can see it a little closer, it has been completely charred. It's not like black, but it is definitely has been placed in a fire of some kind. There are tons of char marks and whatnot on this thing, as if the flesh has literally been burned away.
But it is a mask. It's not.
It's an actual skull. It's a large skull that's been fashioned and modified to function as a mask. Big, curling horns up from behind. It looks very much like the illustration that Professor Galberry had showed you in that book. It's a crude facsimile of a Brimarak.
Okay. And I can see Sally and Basil, if I know.
With the perception roll that good, yeah, we'll say that you can easily say where your two colleagues are positioned, about maybe 25 or 30 feet up on the rafters.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sort of looking up to give them away, but I'm just trying to make sure they know I'm here and they can sort of see me.
I think maybe I could, if I have seen him as well.
Yep.
I would just gesture going down the staircase.
Okay.
Have I seen any stairs going down yet?
You know that one of the hallways you passed that leads down to the two offices, that also leads down to a set of stairs that apparently goes down.
That's what Basil had already told me. Okay. Yeah, since they haven't actually reacted at this point, I'm going to turn round and head back out towards where those stairs were. Okay,
so you look down and the stairs, there is a door at the end of the hallway that leads down. You and Igor are going alone?
I think I would join them if I can. I mean,
sure.
How high are we?
You're about 30 feet up right now, so it'd be a matter of either clambering down here or going outside down to the main level. Both doors are now open, the back door and the front door.
Okay, so I would maybe go outside then. If Sally says that the doors are open, I don't think that it is wise to go down here.
Okay.
They have not known that we are here.
Okay. Sally, do you wish to follow? Okay. So you both head out, and are you intending on going in the front door that still remains open, or are you going in the back door?
So through the back, I would say.
Okay. So we see the two of you come in, and you can see there are two unconscious people in here with no signs of injuries or attacks or anything. They're just lying unconscious, and as if that someone had laid them down in here.
I think I look impressed. Well, who would have known, Adam?
Yeah. So with, and I think Dr. Ursprung, you're standing at that corridor, or maybe you're partway down the corridor when the two of them arrive. You didn't say that you were necessarily waiting for them. So
I was going to wait because he gave me the symbol.
Oh, I got it. Okay, yeah, then that makes sense. So then you guys come through the kitchen. The chanting is still coming in from the main room, and you're all back together again. What do you do?
Do you think they're summoning the demon?
I don't know what they're doing, but I think they will go on doing it. And if you don't want to kill each and every one of them, I think we have to go to the source of the problem, and that's maybe in the basement.
Do you think it would be wise to try and block the doorway to the main room in case whatever we deal with in the basement breaks them out of it and it turns?
Yeah, that may be a good idea. It just gives us maybe a minute or 30 seconds or something. That's might be very helpful. Yeah.
So
Guys?
can we try and barricade?
Did the chanting stop?
Oh, did it stop?
All silence.
Should we check what's going on in there, or should we continue?
You hear a woman's voice. It is custom for guests to introduce themselves. You don't recognize the woman's voice at all.
Can we see the woman?
Not from here. You'd have to kind of go back into that main area.
I think we should.
Do you?
Yeah. I think we should.
Okay.
Just because I'm a small mouse and have a big mouth, so I think
Okay.
that's.
Should I go and not give away you?
No, I think
Is it too late for that?
Adam, let me put it politely. You're not the deceptive kind of person. So I don't think you can bluff them into anything.
Fair enough.
So, definitely Dr. Ursprung and Basil. What about you, Mr. Mayor? Are you joining them in the main room?
Yeah, so it sounds like we've been rumbled, so...
Okay. So you all make your way out, and it's as you saw before, all, 30 or so of the congregation and the man with the mask are facing you, but all in perfect silence. The same wild-eyed looks in their eyes, though. And
who was the woman? So
you're not sure, actually. You didn't recognize the voice, but you're looking at all of them, and then a voice comes from somewhere in there, and it's a man's voice. Well, will you introduce yourself or not? And then another voice from somewhere in the crowd says, though I suppose I know who it is.
yeah. So I think you know who we are. You are the guys who tried to burn down Adam's house, or you burned down Adam's clinic. You tried to burn down my friend Golak's house, where actually we were sleeping when you tried to start a fire. So, and now you call us guests or something. Who is impolite here?
Yet another voice from the crowd. A man up close. You can see looks a laborer, middle age. The darkness cannot fade without light.
Yes. And that means... What is this supposed to mean? I don't understand.
You hear a younger woman's voice this time from somewhere further in the crowd. Have you come to join the light then? Will you burn?
We have come to see the Brimorak.
The robed figure takes a step forward. And what do you offer? Why do you come? Will you burn with us? And you hear the entire crowd says, burn with us, as loud as what the chanting was before. The robed figure says, will you push back the night? And you hear the whole crowd once again, push back the night.
I shall whisper to the others, this is some sort of suicide pact.
I think they're immune to fire, and we are not.
Well, if they think they are, I think they're sadly mistaken.
I'm not so sure about that.
I think the normal ones.
Yeah. Actually, we came here to put out the fire once and for all.
You hear from somewhere like very far back, perhaps the person who went and opened the door, there's a bit of a and this begins to spread through the entire crowd until the entire congregation is maniacally cackling and laughing. It just fills the whole hall, and it's discordant too. They're not like laughing with one voice. It's all these things laughing. The only one who is not is the man in the robes and the ram mask.
Okay, so we want to see Brother Loeb if we can't speak to the Brimrock itself.
The laughing continues.
Okay, I think we can go to the basement now.
Okay. Let's try.
As soon as you move down the hallway, once again, dead silence.
And we'll try and barricade that door to the main entrance.
Okay.
Just to give us
There's like a
bit
double door thing, sure. Why don't you give us a crafting check, let's just to see how effective, and give you a chance to show off a bit. Look at that. You're fairly certain no one's getting through that. There's maybe some like leftover iron, rods or something, and you like set it up. Igor stomps it into place, so there's 2 heavy iron spikes that are into the stonework of the floor. They are unlikely to get through that anytime soon. Where to now?
The basement.
Okay. So you make your way over to the hallway and follow down to the basement. You get your tokens here. You can hear the creaking of the steps as you make your way down. And it comes down. There is no light down here. So, Dr. Ersprung, what are you using as a light source? The others. I mean, I guess Sally could light up her motes.
I may as well do that.
Okay.
It doesn't look like we're going to be surprising anything here.
So you get down here, and what you can hear, I think, is coming from somewhere further down. This seems to go some distance down that hallway you can see. And you can hear a heavy, rasping breathing. From somewhere.
I think we found the Brimrock.
Maybe.
There's a glow, almost as if there were a fire of some kind, a bonfire burning further down that hallway.
Any preparations before we go and find out?
Got your cold iron to hand?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
any weapons, get them out.
I guess at least my regular punches should work as magic weapons, so maybe that'll help.
I think so. Our bullets count as cold iron now. And that was like Golek did try to buy this or get this made, or I'm not sure about how exactly that works now.
Did you try and get bullets that were... I think the only thing I remember you guys doing was Dr. Ersprung cashing in some money to be able to fabricate the things, because it was quite expensive. Like to get a small portion of it was like 20 gold or something like that.
Yeah.
But didn't we
Yeah,
get...
I think that bullets would be the easiest and smallest thing we could produce. I mean...
Yeah, let's see here. I'm totally fine with you guys having done that. I just will cross off the cash for it. Let's see here.
I thought we did it. I thought we did it last time for the...
Yeah. But we didn't exactly specify what we are making. That it was
Kelpie, wasn't it?
Well, those are the weapons. They weren't those were hand weapons that were secured for the Kelpie. They weren't bullets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was a bunch of melee weapons that you guys had prepared.
Oh, okay.
And really what you should have got was a generator to go with Dr. Ursprung. Okay. It is, here we go, materials.
Diving equipment would be.
So a light chunk of cold iron, which would be like, whatever, like one portion of bullets is 10 gold.
Yeah, I think that would be okay. So Basil could afford that. No problem.
We're not tracking ammo in this campaign either, 'cause it's not really that kind of game.
I will just look it up. I think I have enough gold.
Yes, I figure it's enough for like one fight worth of stuff. Okay. Then,
So, okay.
what do you guys wish to do? You check with one another. You have all your weaponry ready.
Let's get this started.
Yeah.
Let's do this. Everyone click on your token. It doesn't seem like you're trying to be sneaky making your way down this hallway, so go ahead and click on Perception for your initiative.
I think they know very well we are coming.
And you guys can each take a hero point before we go in, too. A couple minutes early. All right.
That didn't.
We
Damn, I
either
wrote
did not
perception.
click on the token or did not click on the right thing, so...
Yeah.
This is a way of you guys testing the waters, then getting a better roll for the second time.
yeah.
I fully support that.
Yeah. I did the usual.
Okay. There we go.
I'm always a spectacular initiative.
Consistent. I believe there is, in this edition as well, there is a improved initiative feat that you can get, a general feat. And allow me to set something here.
Just be back 1 second.
Yeah, for sure. Okay. All right. So, Dr. Ursprung, you're up first. The hallway, if you get up closer, it's about 20 feet long, and then you can see there's another chamber just beyond this where there is there's flickering of a large fire.
Yeah, I'm just going to move up to see what's in the room. Yeah.
So it'd be one. Your movement is what, a 25?
Is 20. No, it's 20.
It's 20. Okay, so that'll get you just to the cusp of moving into this room with one action. What you can see is there's a huge fire. Would you give us a perception check, please? I think you have to seek to see what's going on, because it's like a bonfire, the kind of thing you would have in a what do you call it? Oh, great roll! My goodness, the kind you'd see like in a field somewhere. There's like scrap wood and stuff that's been piled up in here, and what you can see through the flames on the far side, standing there. I wonder if did I label it properly? Come on, Madison, don't let me down. Heck yeah. Kev from 2 months ago, thumbs up, buddy. What you can see, and you can picture like it's through this massive roaring fire. On the far side, standing about 8 feet tall. You have one more action. What would you like to do? And just because we played a different multiple action game, remember, you don't need to bank anything in this game.
No, I'm going to activate Igor.
Okay, and what's Igor going to do?
He's going to run over there. Is he... What was his speed? It's not actually on there. How far away is it? Oh, 25.
Yeah.
There it is.
So if I'm assuming he's been kind of keeping pace with you, it would be one action to get over to the far side of this fire and engage the Brimmerak.
Yep. So, yeah, I'll do that. And I can take an attack with him, can't I?
You absolutely can.
So let's do that.
Ooh.
Or not.
I think you can hero point that because it's your sidekicks, if you want.
Yeah, certainly I'm going to try. Guys.
Oh, she swings at this thing, and this massive flaming sword just batters it aside. The ceiling in here is about 20 feet tall, so it's a pretty large. And you realize that as you've been going down this hallway, it goes down, like it slopes down at a reasonable grade, so it's about 5 feet lower than where you were in the first room. Then it is the Brimmerak's turn. This thing is going to... Let me see here. It turns, towards where Igor is, breathes in deep, and then there's a spew of steaming blood that fills the area around where Igor is. Would you give us a reflex save for Igor, please?
Reflex.
Oh.
You want to hero point that?
Yeah, that's really bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Oh, shit.
Is that right?
Okay, I just want to check
Yeah.
one thing here.
Today's not the day for dice.
Yeah. So maybe that will be No, I'm not making this cruel joke. It's very cruel.
Is there a 449? Okay.
You know you want to.
Yeah. So I mean, there's Igor number 2 maybe in the works.
Yeah.
I'm already on Mark 3.
I was reading Hellboy last night, and it's this one where one of the villains has a sidekick called Kriegaffa, and it's he's on Kriegaffa number 10 because Hellboy keeps destroying all of them.
Yeah, this is number 3 at the moment.
Yeah. Shit. What I was checking is to see if the critical fail, because it's a basic save. I couldn't remember if you take double damage. Oh. All right, so here we go. Does he have any resistances to fire?
Bleed, death, disease, doom, drain, fatigue, healing. No, he's got everything apart from fire, I think.
So here we go. Holy shit! 41 damage as he's scoured by this boiling hot lava or blood coming out of his mouth, and there's a slick, steamy residue behind, as if there's a little line in front. And
okay, that's not good.
Then,
I mean, he's 1 point left. Come on.
I mean, he's still fighting.
he's good to go. Now, you guys brought that. Remember the alchemical solution you had to put out fires that you had at your house? You guys may remember to bring that stuff with you to fight the fire devil, right?
Yeah, we've got loads of it.
Shit, I think then he's going to have to try and hit Igor. Sorry, Igor. All right, what is Igor's AC?
It is 20.
20. Okay. He hits Igor with his flaming sword.
I'm sure he can take it.
10 points of damage. So Igor is down and dying. Well, I mean, I think he just stays at 0. I don't think constructs continue losing. But that is it for the Bremerak. Basil, what are you doing? It's one stride to get down to next to Dr. Ursprung.
Yeah, I think I stride forward. Maybe I take aim and then shoot at this thing. Just,
okay. And you see this thing's like again, like looming above the fire. There's no cover or anything.
Yeah, but yeah, okay. So I don't think I'm not sure if aiming does actually help. So I think I would just fire at it.
Okay.
So yeah, so let's try. Let's see.
Come on, big money. Let's make that extra dice of damage count here.
Oh, yeah, I should devise a strategy actually before I do that.
Okay.
So I roll the attack just normally. I mean,
yep.
It's just simpler to do it this way.
Okay.
So and I have to click on the pistol bonus to roll. Yeah. So I mean, this is part of my investigation, isn't it?
Yeah, does your investigation bonus... Oh, most definitely. This is what you... Ever since you guys have first started investigating the burned church and the death of... That is just enough. So
yeah.
One shot.
So this is a hit, and then I would do 2d6 of precision damage.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so go ahead and roll your 2d6. Nice. 17. Look at this. Nice. Where that cold iron bullet goes in, steam starts to come out of it, almost like you cut into like meat freshly taken from the oven. And this thing roars, or more bleats, at like a furious, huge mountain goat. That's my mountain goat impression. Basil, you have one more action. What do you want to do?
Reload.
Okay. Sally, one stride to get up to even with your allies.
Yep. So I guess I am going to use my Mystic Strikes.
Okay, so I think you need... you would need 2 strides to actually get up to him. But I guess then you could flurry on your third action if that's what you like.
Yep. Let's do that.
And are you keeping a distance from him? With your...
I guess...
Your extendo-matic things?
I don't think those would work with... Well, I can try that.
I would allow it. Because it's delivering, I think I'd allow you to deliver your Mystic Strikes through them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Then indeed, as far away that I can be from him, the better.
Sounds good. The water lady wants to avoid the fire devil. I'm shocked. So go ahead and give us your first attack. Whack! If you got a critical strike hitting in your back, that is a hit. And 15. And you have one more, so your second attack. That one is a miss. You want to hero point that to reroll?
I think I'll keep the hero points for... yeah, what was that? I'll give it a shot.
Nice, that's a spirit. Come on.
I'm sorry, my mouse is playing silly buggers.
There we go, big money. Is there anything you're missing that you didn't include in that bonus?
I could devise the strategy. I did not do that. I mean, that I didn't tell that. So that would give a +1.
That is very close. It's so comes back.
Shit.
All right, then it is Dr. Ursprung. Your turn. What are you doing?
He's a bit put back by the sight of Igor going down. He must confess.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my expert overdrive.
Okay.
Which is a
Crafting check at standard
Crafting
DC is a
check.
19.
Yeah. So let me give that a try.
Look at that! So critical success. Your gizmos go into a state of incredible efficiency called critical overdrive. Your strikes deal additional damage equal to your intelligence modifier for 1 minute. So I think that would have targeted him, though.
Well, this is the one I keep reading and still not getting to the bottom of.
The way to read it is, remember that inventors can take either a companion or armor or a weapon. So you sort of have to kind of read it that way. So cranking the gizmos on your body into overdrive, you add a greater power to your attacks. And the attacks you make with this, I believe, are through your action or through your gizmo, which is Igor.
So I affect my body, but that gives him more power. Is that?
Maybe there's.
That's the confusion for because it says your body.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if, and that's. I think it's the same reading that they'll have in the book.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Because I think what it's intended to do is to affect your gizmo.
Yeah. What?
You know
That's
what?
what
But
I
that wouldn't
thought.
make sense for it to be armor, because then you wouldn't. So you know what? We'll have it apply to you.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was the flesh warp side of it or.
This is definitely
the
your side, but this is letting your, because imagine if you had the armor instead of, if it was a weapon, it would be very clear. But it says you're cranking the gizmos on your body into overdrive to add to your attacks. So, and I don't see anything about the thing. So this is you who is now getting, what's your intelligence modifier? +4, +5?
Four.
+4. So you got +4 to damage for your for 1 minute, so 10 rounds. That's one action. What do you want to do with the other two?
Yeah, he looks at his two companions and thinks neither of them are going to stand up against this thing. So he's going to run in and try and hit it with his warhammer.
Okay. So your warhammer sparking with power. You race in. Go ahead and give us an attack.
Another crit, please.
Yes. That another 20. Oh, boom! You hammer this thing. That is just shy of what you need. You want a hero point? Oh, I get no hero points.
It doesn't give me any bonuses to hit, does it?
No, just the damage.
They aren't flanking, by the way, so maybe that's just...
Yeah. I think because of like this thing, you got the bonfire on one side, you've got Sally on the other. I think to flank in PF2, you can't just be like aside, you need to be actually behind, and I don't think he's got enough movement to get all the way around. So, but you could reposition yourself next time. All right, so Dr. Earthsprung is engaged, and it is this thing's turn. Let's see if its blood burning puke thing regenerates. Not yet. So, this thing is just a smidge taller than you. It reeks of brimstone, Dr. Earthsprung. And it looks at you, those big red eyes, and it brings that massive flaming sword back, which seems to flare with a unholy light. And it brings it down on you. I hit an AC of 25.
Yeah, I'm 19.
Okay, so that's a hit, not a crit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. 8 plus. All right. That's terrible roll. 12 points of damage as it cuts down into you. It then raises one of its burning hooves and tries to kick you. This will be at +11, 27, not a crit, right?
No, 19 is.
Okay. So he hammers you with his hoof. Go. 18 points of damage with that second one. And then he will bring that sword around once again and try and bring it down on you. I only have a +5 with this one. Let's see here, and that is... swings over you, batters off of your cold iron hammer, sparks fly out. And this thing seems... as it's stalking, forward, seemingly pushing you back a little bit, there are flaming hoof prints left in the floor. Basil, what are you doing?
So I think I would devise a stratagem again. But this time I would shoot in a way so that Sally will have this creature see an opening somehow, so that this thing is offering to be flat-footed.
Okay.
So I can, if it means if I hit, then this Rimmerock will be flat-footed for Sally's attack.
Do you still do damage as well?
That's a normal attack by me, but this is a free bonus. This is a second level feat I get. I can share it here.
Okay. Oh no, that sounds good.
No, that was the wrong one. This one, yeah.
This one.
Okay. So, and I will just try to.
Oh, great! Yeah, that's great. Go ahead.
So let's see. So, die, you foul thing.
Come on.
This.
You want a hero point that?
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so I would just roll again.
Okay. Nice! Yeah. So that hits. Do you do your precision damage to this as well?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
This is...
nice.
It's not too bad.
All right.
So, and then I will reload again.
Okay. So you shoot, reload. You want to try firing a second time? But before you do that, Dr. Earthsprung, I need you to give us a reflex save, please.
Flex.
Nice. So what happens is wait, is it a basic save? So here's what you take. You'll take half of this. You take 2 points of damage. The shot, as it hits this thing, again, like fresh meat out of an oven, it splits open, and there's this spray of burning hot blood that is going to leave scars on your stitched body. And Basil, one more action.
Yeah, I think I will just try the second attack. Come on.
Okay.
There's this idea that I could hit it.
Oh, so close.
Yeah.
You want to hear point
but
that?
I think no, I don't think that I will roll so much better. Sorry.
Okay.
No.
That's it for you then, Sally.
And I'm going to go in and try and smack then.
Go ahead.
In fact, I'll just try and... Is there any way I can get behind?
Yes.
So it is already flat-footed for you, so you don't need to get behind.
Okay. So, come on, stupid mouse.
I keep picturing it. Sally yelling at Basil. Come on, you stupid mouse. Okay, so that is not a great roll for damage, but...
No, that sucked.
Dr. Earthsprung, I do need another reflex save from you, please.
Guys.
1 and a 2, for heaven's sake.
Oh, no! So that's double damage then. 12 points. It leaves this huge rent in this thing, and this boiling blood just roils over you, Dr. Earthsprung. Sally.
Try a second one, but...
Yeah. I mean...
Oh, come on.
Oh. So that is close. That's only one of your actions so far. You still have 2 more actions. Remember, your flurry only takes up 1.
I'll try for the third strike on the off chance.
You're pulling a Dumer. 4 attacks in 1 round.
23!
There you go! Dr. Ursprung, I need a save from you again, please. Reflex.
Was expecting that.
Yeah. Nice!
Yeah,
Okay,
here
so
we
only
go.
half damage. Give me 1 sec here. There we go.
Oh no.
And we go 4 points of damage for Dr. Ursprung.
Oh my goodness.
And then you have 1 more attack, Ms. Dumer, if you wish.
No. Missed.
Okay. Dr. Ursprung.
I can take
I pull back.
a sidestep or like a withdraw.
Yes, you can. Remember that these things, attacks of opportunity are not a ubiquitous thing in PF2. So there's only certain creatures that have this. Yeah. Usually it's like monster, like soldier type monster or militaristic monsters that have that stuff.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I'm going to have to try and fall back, so yeah, I have to risk it.
Okay. So you take a stride back. This thing does not have attacks of opportunity.
Okay.
So you stagger back away. The smoldering remains of Igor there. The steam and fire still coming off of this Brimstone. 2 more actions.
Yep. I'm going to try and heal myself.
Okay. Battle medicine.
I'm going to. Yep. And I'll have to just do the assurance version, so it'll be 20 DC, so 2d8 plus 10.
There you go.
So let me just do that. Plus 10.
Nice.
21.
And then you have 1 more action.
Don't think I can use my other healing, Searing Restoration, because I think that's something Igor had.
I think you could still use it. It's not an action he takes, it's an action you take. And you're standing next to his, remains. So if you want to like have it spark and fly stuff out.
Yeah.
Yeah, a living creature adjacent to your thing.
Okay. So 3rd level, I get 2d10.
Yeah, and you don't need to worry about that unstable thing because it's already broken. So
Yeah,
then, yeah, nice. So it's go ahead and roll 2d10. Let's see how much you get back from that. 17. Beautiful.
Oh, oof, nice.
All right. And it is the Brimorak's turn.
I was going to try and distract him to come after me, but look at it. Yeah, just zoom back right up. Like a weeble.
Right. What this does is... let me check. Wood. Let's see here. Oh, let me check the radius. There we go. The Brimarak grabs its sword with 2 hands, and then it grabs it by the hilt, and then it sort of pulls along, and the fire along the blade begins to grow into a larger and larger thing, and then it just casts it at its feet. I need Sally, it can place it. So I need all of you guys to give us a reflex save, please. DC is 21.
I've worn that button out.
Yeah, really?
It's not working.
All
It's not
the
working
colors
anymore.
off of the thing.
Yes, this one.
Does your
21.
investigation give you a bonus to your saving throws?
I don't think so. I mean, if you say so, I would gladly.
Go with it.
Sally, look at that. Critical success. So, Sally, you actually see what's coming. You, Duck, you take no damage from this whatsoever. You guys are given the full range of options. If this was a tutorial session, this is perfect to roll. We got a critical failure, critical success, and a regular failure. So, unless, Basil, you want to spend
Yes, I think I would need to come on. I have so many hero points. I would just
Yeah, go ahead.
and then why did I close my character sheet as I said this?
You gave up. Well, that's it.
So let's see. Try this again.
There you go.
Yeah,
Success.
that's better. Yeah,
Okay,
nice.
so you're going to take half of what I roll, and Dr. Earthsprung is going to take double of what I roll. So that is 9 fire damage to Basil, and that is 38 to Dr. Earthsprung as this fireball just goes off in here. Sally, you somehow managed, maybe it's you instinctively got your water shield up and potentially, protected yourself partially from this thing. Then it has one more action, and it will draw in from that bonfire. Basil, what are you doing?
Yeah, I think I will just try to hit it again in a way that there's an opening for Sally.
Okay, so it's one action to reload, and then...
Yes, and then one action to shoot.
Here we go. Come on, big money.
Come on, this, yeah. So this, come on.
Just enough. Beautiful. Go ahead and roll your damage. Your
Yes, my... So that's another 8.
Okay, so I think what happens is the explosion goes off, you see it fade out, and you can see this thing reaching its hand down, and flames are like coming from the bonfire up into it, and you take careful aim. We sort of zoom in on one of those big red eyes. Explodes out, steaming once again. Oh! And when this thing hits the ground... Adam, you're the one who's closest enough to this, even though you got ringing in your ears. When it hits the ground, all you see is a charred, like ram's head. There's no body, there's no nothing else. It hits the ground. You have sent the Brimorax screaming back to hell, Basil.
Ooh.
Nice one.
Now,
Adam, are you okay?
No. He's still patting down parts of his clothing. There's flames.
I will
bits
go
of
over
ash
with my
everywhere.
water shield that's up and give it a spray over him at this point.
okay, so there is no immediate threat here, guys. What would you like to do? There's just the crackling of the bonfire. There's that charred, severed ram's head on the ground with its head blown out through its eye socket.
Yeah, I'm going to try and patch myself
Basil,
up
are you
first.
able to help heal Dr. Earthsprung?
I think I
Yeah, I think,
chance.
I mean, in game terms, he's immune to battle medicine. We can't heal him again.
You could take 10 minutes and do a first aid, though.
Yeah.
Oh, is this still count as the 10 minutes? Because we're out of combat.
I think, let's see here. I don't think battle medicine triggers the 10-minute cooldown or like hour cooldown that you get with it. You could take 10 minutes and do first aid.
You can only do battle medicine once a day.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So you could, if I guess it depends. Do you guys have any healing potions or unguents or anything on you?
No, not right now.
Who the fuck's your DM? Jesus. Who's that?
We should really go shopping, you know?
I'm gonna heal up Basil though, because I can do that straight away, can't I?
Sure, yeah.
Because he hasn't had any healing.
Yeah. Are you doing battle medicine or are you doing, you taking 10 minutes?
Oh, we got a...
Well, your call. If you guys want to try, I mean, something might happen if you guys are taking 10 minutes.
I think, could you repair Igor? I mean, that would be more helpful, honestly. I think that I'm a little bit damaged, that's okay. But
I think that's a overnight type. That takes a whole day to repair him back from that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
When he goes down that bad, it's not like a temporary repair. That's a out of action.
Okay.
I mean, is this the only room down here? I mean, we'll check for other exits.
So
and
what
that
you can
before.
now that the ringing is out of your ears from that detonation, you guys can hear a wailing from dozens of people from upstairs.
I think we should maybe just leave now and come back later when we are able to.
But was there any other doorways?
There is another. Yeah, this leads further down as well. This place, now that you can have a chance to see in here too, there are all sorts of unholy symbols and such. If you guys can, why don't you each give us an occult or occultism check?
Okay. It's 25.
Yeah, both of you guys will recognize this as these are markings you saw alongside the illustration that Dr. Galberry showed you in, or Professor Galberry showed you in that unholy text. This may very well be where he summoned this thing. This is an unholy sanctum.
It's just, I think Brother Loeb's probably down here, but yeah, the mob is now about to join us potentially.
You can hear a voice from further down the hall. You interlopers, you would thwart the great actions of the gods. The light will not stand for it.
Yeah, I think we have to run now. Just, I mean, we blocked the door, so we have maybe 30 seconds more than we would have otherwise.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not up for a fight, but
Bring Dr. Ursprung with us. Let's get out of here quick.
Yes.
Okay. So, Dr. Ursprung, as you hoist Igor up and race, you can hear, as you begin grabbing yourself and going along, you can hear that same voice from down the hall. Run! Run! The light will find you! No darkness will find a way to hide you! The burning flames will find you! This grows less loud as soon as you get to the stairwell. And as you get the stairwell, as soon as you reach the hallway, you can hear the banging of, again, like at least a dozen on that door you've sealed off. The two in the kitchen are still unconscious, and that door is completely open. What would you guys like to do?
Leave?
that's the way.
So the three of you go heading out. Now, was there any... First off, everyone gets a hero point. Was there any strategy you had discussed with Golag as to being picked up anywhere?
Yeah, I think maybe a block from here or something. Just.
So you're stumbling along in the darkness. The only person I'd like, Dr. Ursprung, would you give us an athletics or acrobatics? Your choice. Check.
Oh, terrible. So let's just go with let's go with athletics.
Nice. Ooh. Okay. No problem. So what I was seeing you because you're running through the darkness. You're the only one who has difficulty seeing here, unless Sally sort of lights up, her motes to help you along here. But
yeah, I'll go full on.
Oh, great! So you can see, like, again, in the film version of this, there's this overhead shot of these winding alleyways, and all you see is this little bluish light leading you guys along. It's unclear because otherwise the alleys are completely surrounded by shadows. It's unclear if you have any pursuers, but you guys are able to meet up with Golag, and race back to the office. So, what is the mood like in the carriage as you guys are rolling around through these streets? Golag will be up top. What are you guys talking about?
Do you think you'll be able to? Do you think you'll be able to summon another creature like that?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I think he's bonded with this creature in some way or the other. I think he can't just readily summon another one.
Well, not for a
I think
while.
we probably want to go finish him off. Pretty sharpish.
Yes, but I think Adam is basically toast if we come near to another kind of damage, fire, or whatever.
Yes,
looks
no
like toast
smoking
already.
indoors, Dr. Ostrom.
Yeah. No, I think I think there's maybe Golak has some kind of shadow magic trick we could use.
Okay.
Let's recover, catch our breaths, and
Okay.
And next time we could use this. You know, we had these fire extinguishers. Maybe we could use them as a weapon.
So, Dr. Ersprung, you will have an opportunity to give yourself first aid. By the time you get back, probably enough time has passed. Why don't you give us to be honest, on the ride back, you could give yourself the first chance. You only need 10 minutes to apply it.
yep. I shall do my assurance. So it's
Okay.
just 2d8 plus 10.
Are you
I did
expert
mine.
in medicine?
Yeah.
Doesn't that go up? Or is it at, I think I may have asked this last time. I can't remember if it
think it
goes up
did.
at master or if it goes up at expert.
At both.
Oh, at both. Okay,
So-
so hold on.
So it is
Oh,
plus
does it?
10 at expert level and plus 30 at master. And then
Oh, no. You can attempt it at a DC 20
yes.
if you're expert. Oh, and what
Yeah, that's-
your assurance gives you a 21 on the roll?
20. Yeah.
Oh, 20, yeah, so
I
it's
did-
2d8 plus 10.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
So I get that, and I'll do Basil as well. Basil,
Okay.
so he gets his back as well.
So you're back up to full. You had, so with your assurance, basically you're going to have, it's only once every hour. You'll have enough time to get yourself back up to, at most, it's like 5 hours, right?
I've actually got continual recovery, so I can do it every 10 minutes instead of an hour.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I can
Yeah, so
speed
I mean,
up the process.
honestly, with what is it, an hour and a half, you'd be at full even if you rolled minimum.
Yeah.
So yeah, so you got yourself back up to full. You guys reach back. It's probably getting to like 5 in the morning or so. There may be not quite the first, rays of light coming up. But what are you guys planning on doing here? What's the plan for the next step here? Do you await a counterattack to your counterattack of their attack, or do you?
I mean, it would be really idiotic to go in there just again, wouldn't it?
They'll never see it coming.
Yes.
That's the trick. They'll think it's so obvious that we'll never try it. We'll counter attack their counter attack.
Exactly.
That'll happen.
It's like a high scoring soccer game. It's got me back.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, so I think maybe we could just sleep a bit and then try to fight them again. I don't know. I mean, they're out of this chanting thing now, so maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, we
I
still
wonder if
don't
that
really.
broke the spell completely, or
Yeah, we still
Yeah.
don't really know what the chanting was doing or was about to do.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah. I think we need to find this Brother Loeb, but on the other hand, you will need a day to repair Igor, wouldn't you?
I think it's quite a long time.
And I think
Check.
maybe we should wait for Igor to be there. And could we have some kind of fire extinguisher thing that works like the inverse of a flamethrower? So it's just
It's certainly something that Dr. Ersprung could try and craft, given
It's,
time and money.
It's 1 day of downtime to attempt a crafting check to repair him.
Okay.
I don't know what the DC is. It just says with a high DC for your level. So whatever a high DC is.
Hard DC?
It says high DC for your level.
Oh, let's see here. It should be. I think it might be a typo because it should be hard.
Oh.
Because hard adds +2 to it, so it'll be a 21.
Okay. So yeah, I need a day ideally.
Okay.
Okay.
So you guys taking the day
Yeah.
off tomorrow and just seeing what happens, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or Sally.
Does that work for you, Sally?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
That's
So then,
at full strength.
how much
Keep on high
do
alert, obviously.
how much do you get back for repairing Igor?
It just says if your companion is destroyed, you can spend 1 day of downtime and attempt a crafting check. On a success, you rebuild your companion.
Okay, so we'll be back at 42 hit points then. Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, so why don't you give us a craft check then? That is a day of downtime then. Basil or Sally or Ms. Dumaire, do you have anything you wish to do today?
No, I think
Nice. It's a
wait
critical.
and get ready. And that's it. I don't think we need to... Hopefully it's just earthly beings we need to deal with this time.
And with Ms. Dumaire, you, I think you likely spend your night soaking in the salt water with all that fire you were exposed to. You're
Quite distressing.
remarkably dehydrated. And what about you, Basil?
I'm trying to come up with some kind of connection. How this all works, I don't know. I'm just trying to figure stuff out.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
is some piece missing. Who was this person who was leading the chants?
Okay.
That is what puzzles me,
Okay.
because it was obviously not Brother Lowe.
So then what is the plan to go during the day, the following day? Or the night? What's the plan for... Are you waiting to see what Brother Loeb does next?
No, I think we should take it to him once we're
Yeah.
ready.
Push the advantage just in case he can resummon something over a certain amount of time.
Yeah. Yeah. So if we are ready, we could just move out and try to find him again.
I mean, was that definitely his voice in the corridor? Do we think?
I think
It
yeah.
sounded like the man who spoke to you, I believe it was, Dr. Ersprong.
Yeah.
I mean, your ears were ringing, so
Yeah.
it's tough, but you're fairly certain that was him.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, the only thing I could imagine we could do is we could try to. So if we could get to the new church, and just try to rally some protesters against this Brother Loeb, so that there would be some protest outside of the streets, and we could enter, and maybe his followers would try to argue with the protesters outside or something like that.
I think Mr. Thornborn, didn't he say that he was running diversion for you with the higher-ups who supported him?
Yeah, could be.
So if you're drawing more attention back to it, like I guess that might be working counter purposes. If the people who...
Oh yeah, yes, yeah, okay, I see. I understand. So it should be it should be just us trying to take revenge for Adam. So then we should just try to sneak in again from behind. It can only work 2 times, I suppose.
Are you doing the same and kind of waiting until quite late and then going?
I think we should go by day.
So it had to be tomorrow then, because you have to... Igor needs
Yeah.
the full day to finish.
Or do we want to go at night? What do you guys think?
I don't know. What advantage do we get in either? I mean, during the day there was loads of people in the mission. Sort of, there was just a lot more people about, or it seemed to be. But at night time, I guess they're all contained within the building, and so either way, mate, I don't know which is better.
Now,
you
could we
guys are better in the dark, are you?
Do we want to try burning the place down this time, since the fire creature's gone? Are the rest of them really fire resistant?
I can only say
We can
that
sort of drive them out. It doesn't mean we necessarily burn them all to death, but we drive them out of their
I know you wouldn't
their
trap
hidey
them in.
hole.
No.
Yeah. So, but I think we can really say for sure that Adam is not fire resistant.
No, I'm not.
So,
I can look into that.
But if we
Get
burn the place down, then they've got to relocate. And that could be an inconvenience for them.
I think we just have to get to Brother Loeb, and
yeah. If we take him out, that's our.
It's just getting
that's our
through the
only
30
objective.
people between.
yeah, but I don't think they would. I mean, I don't know. Just go in and see, maybe.
So, at night or the following day?
I think at night we've got a chance of catching them a bit more. Well, potentially some of them being asleep, or they can only have so many people around the clock.
I think then at night maybe just try, but much earlier, not so late now.
So what time? I remember it's summertime, so it's not dark until probably like close to 10 o'clock. When are you thinking of going?
I think that 10, 11 is maybe good. I think we were there at 3 or 4 in the night
Yeah.
last time.
In the morning? Yeah. Okay. So you guys are having your dinner when, Dr. Urswing, you finished getting Igor back up and running, so you've been working all day in your lab. Sally, you've been soaking or otherwise relaxing. Basil, you've been busy with your conspiracy board. You're all sort of picturing you're eating wordlessly because you're going back into that place once again. And Sovin comes in and says, apologies, I'm going to have a word with them, but the Daily Globe has been delivered. We will have to, if you are interested in reading, I will have a word with them because we are not paying for a subscription for that rag.
Okay, so let's see what the Daily Globe has written about us.
Okay, so you get that and you start flipping through, Basil, and as you're going through, like it's the same tosh that's in this rag all the time. There's like gossip, there's just outrageous yellow journalism, and you're about halfway through it, not quite, but very close to halfway through, when you open and you see that there is a pressed little sprig of the white blossoms of Paridar in here. You pick that up. May very well be that this thing fell in there, but this is a broken piece. It's not just a simple petal. It's a broken shoot, the kind that grows off of effectively all the plants in Paridar. And what you see in there is that the priest meets maker. And there is a small, very untasteful article about how a priest or ex-priest in Barrowhead has killed himself. What it says is that they talk about the charity offered by the place, and it talks with great flourish how he had shot himself in the head. This is the nightly edition, so this would have been something from today. It is not a headline by any means. It's a little, terrible, sensational news article that the Daily Globe loves, tucked well away in here.
Okay, but this was Brother Loeb who shot himself, and not the other priest.
This is referring to Brother Loeb.
Okay.
Hmm.
So,
Was there any other?
Is
Was there any
Brimstone.
other casualties mentioned? Anyone else?
Community. This is unfortunately not like the Paridar Times where there's responsible reporting. This is just sensationalizing the,
Yep.
the disgusting bits in it. You certainly could ask around either tonight, or you could go and see yourself, or you could
should we
wait
go
till
down the
tomorrow.
morgue?
yes, I think we should just be sure that there is actually a dead body to be found.
Sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So with a trip down, it is. Sorry, I can't remember what the doctor's name at the morgue was.
Is it Elizabeth Green? She's
No,
the
Dr.
mili-
Green is the one with the 9th Paridar. Was it the military corps?
Yes, we met her at the morgue once, but
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think that was her name.
No, this one was a
That
heavy,
was-
heavy smoker. I've got her on the list of NPCs. I don't have that printed off yet. I guess that's got something on my to-do list, hey? No, well, in any event, it's who I'm talking about. Not Dr. Raycroft. Anna? No, it wasn't that Anna. So in any event, I don't recall her name offhand. But that is who you go and see, once again. The same one who alerted you to those patchwork people that you saw, Dr. Ersprung. You, I think, have a good enough connection with her to be able to call it in, so you're able to observe the body. And it is him. There is a self-inflicted wound to the head. Though curiously, it appears almost, Basil, to be identical to where the placement of it is identical to where your shot hit the Brimarack.
Oh.
There is something
Okay.
certainly less ominous about this man here. The crazy, wild presence and the fiery charisma that you saw before, twisted as it was, that seems to be gone. Dr. Green also added some information. Leslie Reed, that's the one. Yeah, she's the coroner.
Yeah, okay. Ah.
Yeah, because actually I've got a handout for Dr. Green, I believe. All right, yeah, here we go. That's Dr. Green.
Yes. And
The
she
elf.
was at the morgue as well. But
She was, but that was not in relation to the patchwork people. That she called them in to show. Remember, there was that the remains of the Dark Tide Riders.
Yeah, that was his. Okay, so
Yeah.
sorry.
So, with this, yeah, he seems to be gone.
Then who talked to us after you killed? Because you'd think that they will be dead at the same time. So who was it that was
Your
ranting
ears
at
were
us?
all ringing at the time. You were fairly certain it was his voice, but
Maybe that was the head or the mind, and we just dealt with the hand, as they said. We should at least have a look at what's happening at the mission, maybe, just to see if things have been disbanded or if things are carrying on as normal.
All too convenient.
what you find is a community in mourning. There are the benefactor for the charity, whatever his sinister intents were. There was genuinely people who were in need of help who were being helped at this community. Basil,
Yes.
why don't you give us a perception check, please? And you can add your mystery bonus as well, too.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, that's great.
You follow up what you get it from. I mean, if you, I'm assuming you guys will also try and follow up with some additional context for it. What you find in the more responsible reporting from your contacts is that he's said to have shot himself in his office, and that seems unlikely. I'm assuming, Basil, at some point when you guys are checking in, you managed to slip away and get a good look at his office. That seems very unlikely. And the angle from which to, you managed to get him, that would be a very awkward way of committing the act, as it were. But the response you find in the community, they're not screaming at you guys any longer. As you said, Dr. Earthsprung, there are many who are in here who are people you knew as well. And in fact, there seems to be a huge open space with a lot of people who seem to need help, who now find themselves without a protector or benefactor. And it seems as if no one is laying claim. The title was to the minister himself, and with no clear line of succession, no clear heirs, he is dying intestate, which means you may be able to pick up this property for a song.
Yeah, I will probably put that suggestion to my benefit. What's his name?
Dr. Raycroft?
Raycroft, yeah.
I think that certainly can be arranged, which means you will be moving one neighborhood over, and there will be some work to be done in the basement, certainly. But this will be an ample place. You have lots of places to set up your labs downstairs, lots of places to see people, offices to have yourself and others. You may even be able to bring another physician in with 2 offices.
Yeah, I mean, I'll test the water by, a couple of days after, seeing if people will accept help that are still sort of milling about in that area.
Most definitely.
What's this? Yeah,
whatever fervor they had as against you guys, it seems to be lessened. You hear that about half of the community that did build up around here has sort of drifted off back into the, away from here. But there is a core that really do appreciate what's here. And with the fundraising that Ms. Carrington will be conducting for you, I mean, you could very well make this place a marvel for the ages as far as not between your scientific and medical genius. This could be a very, very good place to use and do some real good in this community. You may need to fix the roof, though. I hear there's a hole in it.
Yes. It's only sort
working in your
mouse size hole. So
and working in your lab in the basement will bring back fond memories.
When things blow up, it'll be just like home.
Yeah,
so
get a lick of paint on that.
With that, guys, I believe we bring the mystery of Fire and Brimstone to a close, and you guys can enjoy level 5.
Yes.
Nice. So, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for the conclusion to our latest Paridar mystery. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, and we finally have a channel dedicated to this on the Dungeon Musings Discord server, as well as every other game we run on the channel. You're more than welcome to join us over there. And to, we're all active over there. And in addition to those channels, there's tons of other great channels like Find a Group, like DM Advice. There's information about ongoing conventions. So lots of great stuff, lots of great opportunities to interact with a terrific community over there. There is also a link down below, speaking of charitable activities, to the Heroes Save Villages campaign. This is the charity fundraising campaign we run on the channel. It benefits the SOS Children's Villages International Charity, a really terrific organization active in over 130 countries, benefiting over 80,000 orphan and abandoned children, including ongoing relief efforts in Ukraine and surrounding countries at the time of recording. There is also we have two small ways of saying thank you. For one, I guess, first off, all donations that go through that link go directly to SOS Children's Villages International. And none of it goes to the channel or any other middleman. It just goes to help out the kids who benefit from their services. And as a small way of saying thank you, for every $25 Canadian that you donate, you'll get one chance to win the grand prize or one of the other great prizes in our next charity raffle, which will be in December of 2022. And in addition, we'll also, at the end of the month, be running our next charity session. The charity session will be returning to a channel favorite, Modifius Entertainment's Conan, Adventures in an Age Undreamed Of. We have voting going on right now for the overall theme of the session on the Dungeon Musing Discord server's Charity Initiatives channel. If you've donated to the Hero Save Villages campaign since June 15, 2022, be sure to head over there and break the tie that is currently in place between the Thief and the Pirate session. We have 4 options there, so hopefully someone doesn't add more confusion to it and breaks the tie. And then later tonight, we'll be uploading the next options to vote for. And then at the end of the month, we'll be using all those selections to form what our session is going to be. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart illuminators. So James, Ingolf, Darren, and Sean, where you are, I hope you're feeling better, bud. Thanks so much for joining us today, guys. Congratulations on concluding yet another mystery and gaining yet another level. So,
thank you.
For those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us once again. We hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that our stalwart illuminators are uncovering in the seedy streets of Paridar. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.